I tried to do nofap 48 times and I failed every time. But on the 49th time, I finally was able to do it, and I figured out how and why. And I figured out the one mistake that was costing me my streak. And by all the times that I would fail it, I would only be able to do nofap for around a couple days to a week, because that's when your hormones start changing and that's when you actually get the desires, right? But after I changed this one specific thing, I've been on a month of nofap. So I'm going to share my experience with being a month on nofap and how I was actually able to achieve that. The one difference that genuinely completely, it changed the whole game for me. So first, why was I failing all those times before, all those times prior? So if you ever tried nofap, you'll understand that most of the time the urges are when you have nothing else to do, when your energy is not focused on anything, when your energy is not going towards anything. And that's when the urges are the strongest. Of course, you can have urges during school, during work, and that kind of stuff, but you don't really feel the urges as much. You can get horny during work or school, but you won't act on those urges, right? And that's the main mistake I was making, and that's the main mistake most people make during nofap. They focus on the quitting aspect and not the redirection of energy. You need to redirect your energy or you will fail. You need to redirect your energy or you will fail. 48 times I've tried and I've failed because I didn't redirect my energy. The one time I redirected my energy, I succeeded. And this is how you do it. So first, you're probably a bum. If you're watching this video on nofap and you failed it multiple times before, just like me, that means you're probably a bum. And that, I mean that with no hatred. I mean that with pure love. You're probably a bum. You're just doing things wrong. And I'll admit it. I was a bum myself too, and I'm working on not being a bum. But you need to go out and work on yourself. You need to put your energy into something else before you can even think of nofap. Start going to the gym, doing work. Whenever you have free time, don't open your phone, don't go on TikTok, don't go on social media. You need to work on something first. And this doesn't have to be something big. It doesn't have to be something that'll make you a millionaire or billionaire. You just need to be working on yourself. And I'll make another video on things that you can work on while you're focusing on nofap. But that is the biggest thing that you can do for yourself, is to redirect your energy. And you may have even noticed, like when you're sick or when you're feeling some type of way, when your body is not in a good condition, like when you're injured or sick, you will not have those urges because your energy is redirected towards healing yourself. Your energy is not towards lust anymore. It's strictly towards healing yourself. So you won't even have those desires while you're sick. And my longest streaks of nofap were when I was sick. So that's what you have to keep in mind. Your body needs to redirect your energy, because if you have all that pent up energy inside of you, if you have no other way to release it, that's the way that your body's going to choose to release it. And there's always going to be tests, there's always going to be demons coming into your life just to try and get you back on that path. You will notice pain, blue balls, you'll have crazy urges for the first bit. You'll still have urges no matter what. You're a human being. Your biology is set to be lustful, but resisting the urges and fighting lust doesn't work. You have to run away and run towards something that you can put all of your energy into. That's how you minimize the desires. You can't get rid of them. You'll never get rid of them, but that's how you minimize them to the point where you can't fail. And obviously there's other stuff like practicing meditation and delayed gratification and that kind of stuff, which will help you tremendously. But redirecting your energy is the sole thing that will actually 100% have an effect. And it can't just be like, oh, I'll go to the gym 1 hour today and then not go, and then I'll just go home and watch Netflix and eat pizza. You need to be putting all of your energy into various things, not just one thing, various things throughout the whole day, so that you don't have, first, you don't have the time to fap. Second, your energy is depleted, so you don't have the energy to do so. And you may have even noticed, if you get a good workout in before you go to sleep, or if you play any sports, if you have like a really intense game or practice, you will notice that you sort of just want to pass out and you don't have any desires to do that stuff anymore. And that's the good thing. That's the good thing. When you put your energy towards something else, it will improve your life. It won't like degrade your life, because your energy is going towards something that will actually benefit you and something that won't harm you. So, switching subjects, how did 1 month of nofap help me? So 1 month is not that much if you think about it. You'll still notice the effects, but it's not enough to the point where anything tremendous happens. But the main effects that I noticed were that, first, I became very lustful after the first week, and I was able to sort of minimize that by doing what I recommended before, putting my energy into many different things. I had no time to think about anything else except for the things that I was doing, and I couldn't even open my phone to go on social media because I just didn't have the time for that. And then secondly, I noticed that I felt much more happy. Like, it's the thing that I was sort of looking for in my life. I always felt empty. Maybe not depressed, but like life had no meaning to me. I didn't see the point of living. But as soon as I stopped touching myself, all that sensation came back. Like, the meaning to life came back. And it wasn't as soon as I stopped, but 2 weeks in, I noticed a major change in my mood. I haven't felt that happy since I was a kid, basically. And since before I started, doing that kind of stuff. So definitely felt happier. I used to be on antidepressants and noticed that they were sort of doing exactly the opposite of what I wanted them to do. They were sort of dimming me down, and I felt all right. I wouldn't have as major mood swings, but that's the thing that you need in life. It's those changes in amplitude and mood. That's what keeps you happy. You can't just feel monotonous all your life, because that's what life's about. It's about the changes. You need to accept that. And when you masturbate, your natural level of happiness is going to be lower than when you don't. It's still going to fluctuate as long as you're not taking antidepressants, because antidepressants, sure, they may make you happier, but it won't fluctuate as much. If you're already really low, they'll make you happier for sure, but your mood won't fluctuate as much. But with semen retention, you will genuinely feel happier, and your mood will fluctuate way more. Of course, you'll feel angry sometimes. Of course, you'll feel sad sometimes. But that boost in testosterone, that boost in, your dopamine levels, it all just like creates this beautiful sensation of just bliss. And like, it's sort of like feeling like you're a kid again, because that's what you've been missing out. That's what you've been missing out from childhood. It's that feeling of being a kid. And in no way am I against antidepressants. That's just what I've noticed from my personal experience. All of this is my personal experience. Of course, for you it may be different, but I feel like for 99.9% of people, semen retention will genuinely change their life for the better. And I'm not just saying this to get views or clicks. I genuinely want this for people, because before I got on this, I could not go a week without it, and it would just be a natural instinct to me for years. And when I broke the pattern by redirecting my energy, my life has improved so much. And sure, you can keep on doing it. You can keep on doing whatever you like, but this is just my experience, and feel free to share yours in the comments. I'd definitely like to hear what you guys have to say. But yeah, that's all for today's video. I'll probably talk more about ways to redirect energy, what to do with that energy, how to like release energy in safe ways that won't harm you. And that's all for another video.